promised. There we go. That, okay. Everything should be working. It was a very slight audio issue because I messed with things when trying to make sure that my mic would work. But we are right back. Everything is working. And I don't know why the menu music isn't playing. I'm really not doing a very good first impression of saying, wait, actually, though, the game's good. Please believe me. I'm going to hope that it fixes, like, by the time that we do this. Did I never do Ada's campaign on... I don't think I ever did Ada's campaign here. I don't know why there's no menu music. I do not remember if the cross sections carry over specifically for the DLC for the difficulty. But I'll just do section. I'll just do normal. All of this should be fine. Not allowing agent hunt. I don't think partner join impacts my ability to do the online stuff, but when I get to the first one, I'll know. I also admittedly forgot if I put on subtitles or not. I think they're on by default in this game. There's no real reason for her to do that pose. I'm going to complain about this. I'm going to complain about a couple things, specifically through this playthrough. She is not Nail.
Simmons.
Because that pose specifically is much more of a reference to something that happens in Leon's campaign.
You still like to play games.
Old habits. Besides, a phone call can be so impersonal.
This is also going to be very weird for people watching this first, as their exposure for RE6.
Some very interesting intel on you, Miss Wang. Intel that will greatly influence your future. Curious?
Not in the slightest.
I really like her outfit in this. Because it still carries over a lot of the very heavy reds and blacks that she is very much known for at this point.
Then by all means, proceed.
And the red being a lot more important in this game.
Level 4 requires a hand for the tracks. I've made sure you'll be recognized.
You've got my prints on file. You're not playing around, are you?
Oh, I've got much more than your prince, Miss Wang. You'll see. Good luck.
Simmons the little freak.
All right, Simmons. Let's see what you're hiding.
So, RE6 is a very interesting game. I have to make sure what I have. That one is for... I am gonna equip no skills just so that I can have like a normal playthrough, because I don't really need them. RE6 is very interesting. You can also selectively switch what your dominant hand is, which was something that happened in Ada is not Laura Bailey, because Laura Bailey is in this game. And that is... she plays Helena, which you will run into. Okay, so my stuff's still fine. And then this is the explosive tips. I'm trying to remember. Okay, it's Y for my menu. And then I can menu like this, or I can menu with the D-pad. It's gonna take me like 10 minutes to remember everything. But RE6 comes out, because I remember I got it on launch. I got it very close to launch, because I actually, shocker, I'm a really big fan of Resident Evil. And the way that the game kind of was very heavily advertised, it was like, hey, 3 separate campaigns, all of them you can do in co-op.
I suppose I could go introduce myself, but I don't want to fall behind schedule.
All of them you can do in co-op. And the main characters were Leon, Chris, and the newcomer Jake Mueller. However, at least at launch, I'm trying to remember for how long it was. I think it was like about like a month. Ada did have a campaign in the game. However, it was solo only, and the only way to unlock it was to play through all the other 3 campaigns first. However, after an update, they did 2 relatively big things. They changed it so that Ada's campaign was unlocked at the start, and they made it so that she had a co-op partner, or at least they gave her a co-op partner to, so that you could play through the entire game with somebody else. Because Ada's was designed around solo play, and that's very much reflected in how that co-op partner actually operates. Because they'll exist so long as there's a second player, but in solo they're gone. On top of that, they never show up in cutscenes. On top of that, there are certain QTEs that they can never interact with. It has to be the... I messed up. It has to be Ada. Oh, there goes that. She also gets the widest variety of enemies to deal with in the game. Ooh, that's bad. This is also one of the few environments that is like entirely unique to hers. Wrong bolts. It's just better if I run. Better if I stick on the explosive bolts, at least for right now. I remember when I first unlocked... Oh. I remember when I first unlocked Ada's campaign, like, it was the most interesting thing that the game did. Oh, here's a really good example. Only Ada can interact with this QTE. Even though it's only solo, if you have your co-op partner here and they try to do this, nothing will happen. Because Ada is the one with the grappling hook. So it has to be her.
This must be the new breed I've been hearing about.
This is also the only... This is the only segment in the game that has... No, there's 2 segments in a game that have, like, stealth sequences. Purely because if you have too many enemies, then it gets really messy. Like, messy to the point where I can't fight my way through, especially because of, the lack of ammo. Yeah, I can't get through there. But I can at least crawl through here. RE6 has so many... Big rat. RE6 has so many really genuinely interesting mechanics for like a third-person action game. And I'm specifically calling it action instead of just pure shooter.
Damn it, an alarm.
Because they were really proud of how versatile this this overall combat system was. And admittedly, it genuinely is kind of one of the best things that damn. Not good. It admittedly genuinely is like one of my favorite combat systems in like any action game. The only downside is that it's for a Resident Evil game, which means that it's not really going to be scary. Now why would they have this? Also, normally I play shooters, well, at least... Now I'm more used to playing them on keyboard. I thought that was a attaché case or something. I'm used to playing third-person shooters on keyboard, but because of the movement for this game, I have no idea how to like actually play this on keyboard and mouse. Like, I'm far too used to the running, the sprinting, the rolling, the back rolling, the quick shots, the melee. Like, there's a lot of different systems that I really only know how to interact with on a controller.
You never did
Oh,
have taste,
right.
did you, Simmons?
Ada's campaign is also the main one that has like the heavy puzzle elements.
It's locked. This is going to require a little effort, I assume.
Forgot. Can't do that until... Trying to remember what this puzzle was.
The view's blocked.
The ram's horns. Corpses, a snake. I think I have to change these pieces to be a snake. Yeah, because it changes the icon here. Courtney Taylor. Yep, Courtney Taylor. Fantastic job. Yeah, I just changed the icons in this room to a snake and then I should be able to leave. These first two are the... Whoops. Those first two are the ones that kind of like hint to you what like what connects into what. That should work. Oh, I messed up because it should be this piece. I confused it for a bird's wing. Easy.
Well, that was a pain in the ass. I'm guessing teamwork isn't a strong point around here.
So can't step on those or the turret's gonna hit me. But if I step on it in the right spot, or at least when the enemy's in the right spot, then it can instantly get rid of them. Or... uh-oh. I also do like that they...
Stopping your own crew's gotta be bad for morale.
that the main, weapon that they start you off with for Ada in this is the crossbow. I really liked how that slowly became kind of like her most iconic weapon.
Authorization recognized. Access granted.
Wonder what else he has on file besides my prints.
Also, the menuing in this game is a little different. I wonder why they would give me a green herb and a red herb here. I'm going to be going through these pretty quick because now I'm at the point of like being used to it. But also, each of these menus, they're typically different. They're typically different for each character. Leon has his own, Chris has his own, Jake has his own, but eventually becomes like this after a certain point in the story, and then Ada has this for the entire game. Concept art for in Village. I'm really upset that she didn't show up in Village. Hey, that's part of Jake's campaign as well as Chris's.
Your mission is to find out if his body has antibodies to the C virus. We cannot allow a vaccine to be produced. Agent Birkin will be sent in to acquire the target. Your job is to ensure they escape the country alive. Good luck.
There's also structural issues whenever... There's structural
That was made
issues.
6 months ago. That can't be right. I don't remember those orders. Maybe they were passed on to someone else.
There's structural issues when like the big revelation campaign is like the one that is unlocked and like, oh, players can just do it like right out the gate. How? Because that's supposed to be a reveal about like a lot of different things. How Ada's campaign even starts is a reference to a scene that happens later in Leon's campaign. The submarine is meant to be very inconspicuous, which is why the only mention of it outside of Ada's own campaign is a very easy to miss news broadcast during Leon's. Like, you'd only end up actually looking at it, like, after you do Ada's campaign. Because, like, why else would you look at it? You're not me. What? What?
I
What?
see you were expecting me.
I've never seen... Uh-oh. I've never seen an enemy go in there. not gonna jump out at me, is he? Oh, they're all down there, but there's also a
boys, no
turret.
time. My dad's card's already full.
Also, because Ada isn't supposed to have a partner for this. That's why this section's designed like this. Ada's campaign is very much designed with, oh, this is the only solo one. It's the only one that players are gonna go through solo, which is why they do... Which is why the enemies are, whoops. Are kind of positioned the way that they are. Just enemy up there. I don't have the ammo for this. Missed that one on the ground. If I can just make it over there, then it's fine. Easy. Like, ooh. Ammo over there. This game gets a lot of hate. Like, it gets a lot of hate, and I think a part of it is genuinely due to just how... I don't want to say, like, mechanically taxing, but, like, the combat system does not give you a lot of information about
Are those mysterious orders from
how to really use it to its fullest.
I hate playing other people's games. The rescue subs should be close. I've had enough fun here.
It is incredibly fun to move around and shoot. RE6 has, like, easily my favorite mercenaries mode, and that's entirely down to the combat system. This might be a good place to, like, show it off real quick. Because the big thing for this was that you can move and shoot. It's called a game if you disagree. Yeah, like, they very much leaned very heavily into RE as, like, action for this. And admittedly, they really succeeded. The only caveat is that a lot of people did not want this to be... didn't want RE combat to be like this. Because, here, I'm gonna try and be quick. But, like, okay, you can move and shoot, you can move and aim. And then you can also melee at any time that you want. Because melee combat was such a big thing of RE4, they made it into a bigger thing with RE5, and so they're like, okay, everybody has constant access to melee. Every character, not every character, but every, at least in the duos, like in Leon and Helena, Leon has a combat knife. In Chris and Pierce, Chris also has a combat knife. Jake can use his melee hand-to-hand. Sherry has a stun baton. Ada gets nothing. The knives have their own combat system. The stun baton has their own unique quirks to it. Jake's melee has its own, like, lock-on and stuff. Like, fully, basically playable Albert Wesker. But outside of that, when you're aiming, you can also press, I'm just gonna say, like, A, for, like, an Xbox controller. You can press A and then you can duck. From A, you can either move left or right. You can also move back, and forward will get you to roll. If you do that while next to cover, or something that your character can latch onto, you'll take cover. Oh, right, Ada doesn't have a dive like that. for most of the characters, if you do an aim and then hold back, they'll jump backward and land on the ground. But for Ada, the quickest way to do that would be to run. Even something like that, like, okay. This is actually a good stretch for it. So, I'm gonna hold down the A button, automatically run, aim, you'll slide. Sliding, you can also roll left, right, you can move back, you can crawl forward. You're better off moving left and right, that's your fastest way of moving on the ground. Welcome, Kay. But also, because it's Resident Evil, you can quick turn. So, back and A will automatically turn your character to move backwards and change the camera to face forward. You can just move backward and keep the camera wherever it is, but it will not change direction until you tap A. So, you can also combine this with your ground slide. So, run, slide, quick turn, you can aim behind you. On top of that, you can see... Can you see it? Yes. You can see it like right next to my health bar and where my ammo is. My health is the top dots. Also, that HUD changes with every character. There's a bar that is under my health. Every time that I do 2 melee attacks, it depletes. It only depletes with melee attacks. And then if you spend it all, you become winded. And you need to wait for that bar to fill up for your stamina to come back. And it's pretty slow. However, if you use one of the herbs, you get your stamina back. PS3 era, and it still genuinely looks incredible. However, you can either use an herb, which will give you all your stamina back as well as heal you, or the game like briefly mentions this, or oh yeah, when you're also winded, you can't run. Which is why this is typically better for like a forward roll. When you're on the ground or behind cover, your stamina comes back faster. Like 5 times faster, easy. So, whenever you do a bunch of melee attacks, you're constantly switching between either staying on the ground, going to the ground to get your mana, to get your stamina back, or making sure that you have at least like one bit of one herb, which usually means that you're kind of better off always having one bit of health missing. Like, losing that first bit of health does not matter, especially if you're just using melee a lot, because using that one bit of herb, using that one herb to heal 1 dot of health will just give you your health back and fully restore your stamina. And I hope that that very lengthy explanation, I love this shotgun, also explains why I really like this combat system. Also, because you saw me do it a couple times now. So yeah, you can aim, left trigger, aim, right trigger, shoot. However, if you are not aiming down sight, and you have stamina, you can press the aim button and fire button at the same time for a quick draw shot. Usually an action shot that's very unique, it will auto lock on to your nearest enemy and either shoot them once or use a couple of your bullets. That requires stamina. Incredibly useful. For different weapons, it's far more useful than others. Like, shotgun, really good, normal, like, yeah, I'll deal with anybody that's kind of in your way. But if there's an enemy that's swarming you or one that's close to you that you can't really see, it will turn the camera, directly aim at that enemy, you don't have to waste time, immediately fires at them. Incredibly useful. And that works for every weapon too. Magnums, shotguns, sniper rifles, machine guns, grenade launchers. Hi, buddy. Why are you backing up? Like this. You need to... Why are you walking away from me? I need you. Instantly turned around and got him. But that also requires 1 bit of stamina, so then that still falls... I don't want to say falls victim, but is under the same limitation as the other actions that require stamina. Like, a lot of people said that this game played very sloppily, and I heavily disagree. It's just that it has a lot of mechanics that it doesn't really teach you properly. And they all, like, really... they're all very much intertwined with each other. Whoever made the decision that healing, like using the herbs to heal yourself, would also regain stamina. Possibly one of the smartest people on the dev team. Oh, you're fine, of course. Rolling is also very important when dealing with enemies that have mutated arms. Especially arms like that, because they'll grab you even from behind cover. Damn it. You can also quick draw for the melee attacks too. I wish I could show it off because I really like Jake's melee combat in this game. It is an absurdly very interesting and well thought out combat system for hand-to-hand for a game where 95% of the people playing the game are just going to use guns. I forgot it does that.
Think about where you are before you shoot. I mean, really.
This is also the first section where, if you're playing in co-op, the cracks really start to show that this was not designed with co-op in mind. Quick draw with the crossbow, also incredibly useful because it'll quickly reload your weapon too. Like, for a game that's so focused on... For a game that's so focused on co-op, like, Ada's campaign is genuinely my favorite part of this game, honestly. Outside of, Mercenaries. Also, as long as you're running, if there's anything that you can vault or mantle in your way, you will automatically mantle it. And automatically activate stuff like that. It's still safe. You can also interact with your inventory while moving, so you do not need to do that. So if I'm in a way more active situation, you'll typically see me menuing while also moving around, because it's very easy to move around. Oop. It's very easy to get into the menu and move and do stuff. There's also very few sections where, like, if you're crawling, you can also press the A button and then it'll take stamina, but you can... I don't know why I did that. But you can kind of shuffle to move along a little bit faster, which can be very helpful for certain sections. I'm mostly thinking, like, there's one later on in this, and then, one for Jake that comes to mind.
So much for the rescue sub. Time for plan B.
I can still get to the
Only way
head.
go is up.
Like they... Oh, right, the
torpedo
rising
control
water.
should be up ahead. I wonder if the Alchemist
This section, like, very clearly kind of demonstrates that this was made with only one player in mind. Because this area is so tight to move in, and only Ada is the important person here.
One second, we're down for the sun.
Rotating a little bit backwards. Nothing
Too
happened.
strong. There's gotta be a shock battle around here somewhere. Gotta be a battle around here somewhere.
Yellow. I'm going to keep pointing that out whenever, because people keep complaining about it like it's a modern thing. Like, no, there have been games for a very long time using it. Also, because of it being faster to roll on the side, that's why you'll see me turn to the side whenever I'm in like one of those crawling sections.
Sun is sinking fast.
Simply just because it's faster to move that way, even if it looks a little bit awkward. Because there's a section in Leon's campaign that you don't have to, but it makes getting through one of the sections much easier. Also, fixed camera angles. I also want to clarify this, so I don't give the wrong impression. I've only played Ada's campaign from start to finish maybe once. Like, for a fact, I've only played through this entirely once. Leon, Chris, and Jake's I've probably played through at least twice, but Ada's I've only done once, and that was soon after its original release. After the game's initial release. I'd rather not deal with that thing right now. Hate you. I hate you. I have to deal with you. Ada's campaign also forces you to deal with enemies that are from all of the campaigns together. Trying to remember. Oh, it tells me to go here. Oh, because going there is the only... is the BSAA. Left bumper. Immediately points you in a very helpful direction. So that way you can always know where the main objective is. Basically, think of it like that line from Dead Space.
It's gonna take more than a handprint to operate this. I'll have to restore power if I want to use those torpedoes.
Why do I remember this section? Not like a lot, but I very faintly remember this place. And I know I'm not confusing it with the location later. Because of these things.
Yep. Real gross.
Yeah, and more of them are just gonna keep breaking. can crawl it up there. No. Uh-oh. You'll also see me likely roll past enemies a lot. Because at least once you're fast enough when it comes to movement, they really can't catch up to you. So I have to go down there. Also... Whenever you're trying to go to a lower... when you're trying to go to a lower level... Yeah, I have to get over there.
There's my little power switch.
When you're trying to get to a lower level, sprinting and then aiming so that you slide... Why are they both there? So that you slide will send you down instead of going... like directly across.
I really didn't like it, what again?
Right, okay. Because that only points you to, like, where it is, but it doesn't tell you how to get there. Ada's campaign doesn't hold your hand nearly as much as the rest of the game. I hate these stupid flies so much. They do so much damage. I don't have ammo. Also, because Ada's section does have her going solo, it also means she gets a little bit more lenient when it comes to I think it means I have to go up. She gets a little bit more lenient when it comes to her death state. Yeah, this is why I remember this section, because these flies deal so much damage if they grab you. But also, as long as you heal, they also won't instantly... They won't instantly kill you when you go down. This sucks. That went right through them. Yeah, this is the reason I remember this section. I have to go down here. Also one of, like, the, I wanna say, like, 2 sections that involve swimming. The only other character that gets a swimming section in this game is, Leon. And he gets 2 of them relatively close by.
Okay, power's on. Now, let's see how much coaxing I have to do.
Can I shoot? Why?
The sub is done for.
I hate
Time
those
for a
guys.
gracious exit.
I hate those stupid flies so much. Which way? No time to think. Just go for it. Oh, it was that way. Interesting. The water just looks... It was very impressive for the time. That's all I can say. Oh my god. And I walked directly into it. No, that's... At least in a danger state, but I'm not dead. Because I don't think these enemies can kill you, but the trade-off is that they can significantly hurt you. Please. I was wrong. But at least it put me back here.
The sub is done for. Time for a gracious exit.
But yeah, that's why I definitely remember this section, because these flies are like a really annoying enemy. I don't even remember which campaign they first show up in. I think it's for Jake's. It's back here? No, I messed up. It was this way. Because you also have to remember that this game had like a very ridiculous budget. Like Capcom was very... It was like right after Resident Evil 5 was their best-selling title, so they like they poured a lot more money into this. And it definitely shows.
Okay, power's back.
I hate this stupid shit.
Answer all questions into the microphone.
I forgot
I'm a little busy right now.
this stupid thing. Yeah, you have to like repeatedly come back here to do that. Meanwhile, constantly dealing with these enemies and the ship sinking.
6 months ago, you performed experiments on humans in Edonia. You were following Simmons' orders, but it was your choice to do so. How do you plan to atone for your crimes?
Interesting story. Might want to do some fact checking though. I don't work for Simmons. I've got nothing to atone.
This is... I forgot about that enemy type. I don't know what he's going to transform into.
I have no intention of paying for any crimes I'm not guilty of.
Authorization approved.
I know everything about you.
Yeah, why? I hate you.
Everything. I know what it is you're looking for.
This is supposed to be like a section that does give you a lot of answers about questions that you're probably having through the campaign when playing through the other characters. Let me do this.
If you know me so well, you should know
Still don't have a lot,
a little.
and there's just more of them.
Not number one on my list, but it would make Simmons squirm. So I would consider it.
I hate you. I hate you.
Now, the final question. Are you ready?
Hold that thought. It's my turn. Who are you?
Answer all questions into the microphone.
Oh, also, there is a... I'm trying to remember.
Here's a thought. How about you show yourself
For different
and ask
melee
me to my
attacks,
face?
there will be a prompt right before the attack comes out that'll allow you to counter the enemy. And usually that counter is like an instant kill.
Here's a thought. How about you show yourself and ask me to my face?
Authorization approved.
I have no obligation to answer you. My final question.
I hate this bug. I hate this bug. This is gonna kill me. Yeah, because that enemy's right there. Very clearly designed to be the last campaign you do.
Okay, power's back.
And they very much emphasize that with the difficulty and the lack of a co-op partner. Because mind you, I'm still playing this on normal.
Answer all questions into the microphone.
And I can assure you, from even just memory alone, the other...
Restate your name.
Most of the other game, most of the rest of the game is not nearly as taxing, I'll say.
Ms. Wong,
'Cause I also do not have a lot of health either.
6 months ago you performed experiments on humans in Edonia. You were following Simmons' orders, but it was your choice to do so. How do you plan to atone for your crimes?
Interesting story.
And you do have to constantly answer while up here. Where
I don't
is...
work for Simmons.
No,
I've got nothing
stay away.
to atone for.
Where is the dude who's going to transform into the flies?
I know everything about you, Ms. Wong. Everything. I know what it is
That-
you're looking for. A world of chaos. Am I right?
Back.
If you know me so well, you shouldn't need validation. A world of chaos?
You.
Not
If
number
I'm
one
right,
on
I
my list.
should be able to break
It would make
these.
Simmons squirm. So I might be considering.
Authorization approved.
These.
Best answer. Now, a final question. Are you ready?
No,
Hold
breaking
that
it
thought.
early didn't do
It's my
anything.
turn.
It just made it just made the flies spawn faster.
Answer all questions into the microphone.
I really do not have much of an option here. Okay, fly step.
Here's a thought. How about you show yourself and ask me to my face?
This also means that this section's probably just easier if I do not kill... Why are you aura farming? If I do not kill the enemy. If I instead just keep running around him, then it's easier.
Here's a thought. How about you show yourself and ask me to my face?
Answer all questions into the microphone.
Because essentially... Essentially, you just... You loop past them,
Here's a thought. How about you show yourself
and just
and ask me
answer
to
the
my
machine
face?
for as much as you can.
I have no obligation to answer you. My final question. What have you planned?
Do not have a lot of time.
Collapse at 25.
Whatever the hell gets in my way. And the virus always seems to make it better.
I like your answer. Identity verification complete.
Please open the door. Please open the door. Please open the door.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this unfolds.
Authorization complete. Releasing locks now.
Oh, well, that's not fun.
Also, for as over the top as RE6 is often made fun of for, in like the one character who it works best on, it's like very clearly for Ada.
Was worthwhile. What's the matter?
But that also might just be my own bias.
Still haven't figured it out. Allow me to clarify. Tomorrow the U.S. will suffer a bioterrorist attack. After that, China and then major cities all around the world will suffer the same fate. At the hand of Neo Umbrella's very own Ada Wong.
If you think I'm going to sit back and be your scapegoat, Simmons, you've got another thing coming.
This game is also partly why I'm like super upset that Ada wasn't in Village. Because RE6 Ada was having her go in like a really interesting type of direction that they just didn't follow up on. Or at least haven't followed up on. And that is the first chapter done. That only took an hour. Let me take a quick moment to grab some tea, because that technical stuff kind of made me forget about like actually filling up my water properly. So give me one brief moment. We'll be right back. I promise. Okay. I should be all set. You better not be temperamental. I see that it has... I see that it had... I'm trying to figure out what this is. Because now I alt-tabbed, but now it's not getting the game audio. Like, I hear it, but OBS doesn't hear it now. And I don't know why. I don't know why it is very specifically doing this on the audio level. I'm curious. I want to see now, because now I'm like definitely curious to figure out what's going on in here. $32-bit. Wait, are you serious? Because this would have been empty framework. But I was able to stream Monster Hunter perfectly fine and like have no issues when it came to the audio when I was like alt tapping or not. I try to be nice to this game for like 5 seconds and then I'm swimming in like very peculiar technical issues. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna use this because this seems to work fine for no issue. With no issue. Okay. I also, because I already complained about it before, I hate the guy being added there. Like, he doesn't fit in at all. Like, it's meant to just be her in this, in the pose with the difficulty setting and all the stuff here. And then here he is. No name soldier, no voice. Just hanging out for whatever reason. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, so now here's the actual question. Because I'm hoping that I can still do the cross-section parts.
There's the cathedral. Now to find my way into your lab, Simmons. Can't believe he went through with it. Poor town. This bears investigating. Leon, so you've been caught up in this too. Hope you have the stomach for it.
And so this starts partway through Leon's campaign. This starts at like this is chapter 2. I want to say it's like 2-2-2-3 because it's after the bus section. It's after the bus when you like first get out of Tall Oaks. It's a little bit after you have to get the key to go up, and it's like right. I think it's like right when Leon and Helena get separated from one another.
That is one rusty lock. Shouldn't take much to blast it off.
I was hoping I could just kick it.
This looks like it might come in handy. Time for a little house cleaning.
Also, the enemies that are on the ground, you can... For every character, you can step on them or do like some type of down melee attack. But if you line it up so that you strike their head, it basically is an instant kill. The hard part is, depending on the weapon and depending on the character, the wind up for that attack might be a little bit longer, which could give them just enough time to get out of the way. But generally speaking, if you have like a blunt weapon or like Jake or
Won't open.
even some of those
Still
Sumbatons, I
need something
think,
particular to unlock it.
you can do it pretty quickly. It's just a highly effective way of taking out enemies. I believe I just need to find where the... That's after the lightning struck that tree.
This looks like it might work. But where's the rest of it?
Oh, right, you needed to put in part of it and then the rest opens up. Because this is a little bit of the catacombs too. I hear something. Thank you. That's not very helpful. Trying to remember. It's telling me to go directly above me. Yellow lock. Oh, come on, you didn't need to wait that long. These aren't even necessarily... These aren't even necessarily, like, very... Why are you over there? Why are you scheming? I can't even shoot you. Whatever. You... Was that your life's purpose? Sniper rifle. Or, as I tend to call it, backup shotgun. However, that only stays down if something could hold it. Don't know why these have locks and keys on them. But if I push this enough... Small little puzzle box.
There are more missing pieces.
I do like to think that, like, while Ada's doing these actually really... doing these really, like, fun puzzles, it is funny to note that Leon and Helena are literally fighting for their lives right now. Come on, just line up. Because these are metal chairs, which means that they're conductive. Very smart, I promise. The connective circuit. You just need to come over here. And circuit complete. It's just like redstone in Minecraft. Just a little bit more gory. So, still rad at the very least. There's a reason to... Hang on. If there's a reason to be in here, then it's... If there's a reason to go here, I'm gonna go here. Please. Sometimes it can be a little bit finicky whenever, like, you want to roll to the side. Right. Huh. I wonder why it dropped me right before... put me right below where the key is. One, two... I don't know why they all collapse like that, but sure. Actually, I can solve this easily. That dude's stuck there. Come on. Am I aiming too low? Really? He's not even paying me any mind. There we go. Because that one guy, that's not my fault. Yeah, the big thing here is the weight. It will not allow these enemies to die, and the enemy at the far end being filled with barbs is the hint. Oh, just pin the enemies to the wall.
There must be a clue around here somewhere.
Else you would literally just keep falling through. I'm very mature, I promise.
Better hold on to this. I might need it.
The very important ring that Ada picked up and gave to Leon in his campaign. Did not know that Ada was in Resi 6. That... And it's like easily one of her best looks too. One of her best looks. She has really cool sections in it too. This is... I don't like that red. For some reason it just like instantly reminded me of Crimson Head. Yeah, Leon and Helena should be outside the church right now. Because if that coincides with the lightning strikes, this brings her down here. Two things that I need.
Wanna play, huh? Alright. Ready or not, here I come. Now, who's first?
Also, sliding into boxes and barrels are easily the fastest way of getting rid of them. To break them and keep moving. Especially since you don't have to... Is that a cannon? Especially since you don't need to, move to pick stuff up. You can just keep moving. Where is... Do I have to get rid of this guy? Sir. He is just wondering, how am I losing him? I forgot that they can throw that. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Bad, 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 bad. I need that one dead. That is a screamer for Leon's campaign. Very aggressive crowd control. Oh, this is also why this is the backup shotgun. Time between shots is definitely slower, but again, quick fire, auto target, nearest target, guaranteed hit. So just use it if you need something that's like very quick and powerful. Sir here annoying me. Why would you throw the shovel? Also, depending on what melee weapon... No, 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 no. Depending on what melee weapon... Oh, this is bad. The enemy has, or like has on them, it will change the melee attack that is done on them when you get the special prompt. I think he just killed my target for me. Thanks, buddy. Let me right through here. I think this leads me either back to the room or right... Yeah. Leads me back here, which gives me perfect chance to go through the other way I didn't go. I went up that way, now I need to go this way. Also, the red here, actually indicator for your grapple. Which also means that you can both go the same... You can both take the... right path, that's bad. I was moving in the wrong direction. You can both take the right path easily, but if you want to take the left path, then Ada has to be the one to do it. No, you don't. Also, this was the part that I was... Oh, no, 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 not backwards, not backwards. There's somebody there. You are still alive. This is the part that's similar to... That's similar to Leon's, where crawling is the way to go. And rolling especially, if you want to just get through that quickly. Sir, give me the eye, please. Even though I just smashed your skull in. Easy. I feel like I'm struggling like a little bit more for Ada's campaign than I did like any of the others. Granted, part of that is like knowledge, but like the resources I have feel far
You're a twisted man, Simmons.
far more limited. And that's the other piece of the family crest.
Let's put my theory to the test.
Then this should be everything that we need to get through. That almost looks like an Ouroboros. I wonder why. Okay, so I was right. It will put me in this section then. Still, probably the coolest idea that RE6 has, but the implementation is very questionable, are these crossover sections. I wish there was a way of doing it like more directly. Because basically, whenever you get to these sections, you have... You are helpless when you're at these sections. You're in this loading screen for a minute, and it tries to find another person who is either going through their trigger at the same time. But you also need to be searching. You need to have your online function on and searching for people to play with. It doesn't matter about the settings for your specific lobby, so long as it is online and searching. So that way when you get to these sections, then you can cross over. Incredibly limited. Incredibly limited. But if you do it, and if you do get it right, there are just really cool segments where 4 people can be working together. Like, my favorite is probably the Leon and Jake Ustanok fight. And admittedly, it's technically a slight spoiler, like when you get when you get to these would-be sections. Because it's like, why am I searching for a partner if Ada's not one of the campaigns that's listed? It's like, yeah, no, Ada's a campaign. But it also means that nobody was going to get those Ada crossovers for at least like the first week. Or at least the first few days.
Ada, what the hell is going on here?
It's complicated. But this isn't the time or the place. These walkways won't hold. We need to get to the lower levels.
So sorry, Deborah. It's all my fault.
Helena, get away from her!
Stop! Don't shoot, please!
I look away for like 5 seconds. There's also cute dialogue that you would only get when you're on certain character sides.
Deborah! Where are you?
Sucks to be you guys, but not my problem.
Okay.
Leon, what were you kicking? Come on.
Here.
A ring?
Don't get the wrong idea. It'll make sense later.
Okay.
The ring that I just picked up and immediately gave to Leon. Oh, there's also running attacks. Only getting like a bunch of skill points. But this is also one of those segments where the run slide helps you drop down the lower platforms faster.
Okay. Watch out, you two. She's strong.
Watch out for yourself.
Ada gets to sit right up here like nothing's happening. Which means I get to take my time with my shots. Until I decide to drop down.
You should put her down. If you have any sympathy for her.
This is a nightmare.
No explosive barrel over here? No, there is. Please, please, faster, faster. That also means that there's sections like that where each character gets a chance of doing the same QuickTime event. Which usually means that you kind of just leave that for whoever can do it the best. Or you have multiple people rushing for it so that they can get the glory. Still have no healing. Also, dodging becomes very important too, especially when I have less healing. Because the dodge also... Uh-oh. Has iframes. Not seeing any zombie. And this is still the best way of doing damage during this phase when she's down. It's not like the El Gigante that I was messing with the other day. I'm actually better off using the sniper rifle. At least for a bit until I can have more, until I have more ammo. All you have to do is distract her, Leon. It's not really distracting her. Didn't mean to slide like that. Should be the last one to break. I need to grab literally every bit of any and every little bit of ammo that I can get. Rude.
Ada! Elena! A little help here?
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
And also because these are... Actually, I was right about to say because they're AI controlled, I don't really need to care. I do need to care about the fact that I do not have any green herbs. But they can spend their ammo as much as they want. I'll just sit here. I really don't have to do anything here. It's not like they're real people that need to be kept alive. Elena? Why? She got really testy the second that I started questioning why she was running in circles. Can you calm down? Okay, you're lucky. I was going to take offense. But no, they can spend their ammo as much as they want. I am not wasting mine. Mine is far more valuable than theirs. They can help each other. I can't help me. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, right, because he is getting in here. Because minecart.
Let's hope this is a non-stop.
This is also a funny section.
I wouldn't count on it.
Because this is like the one other time that the ducking actually comes into use. Because you can either do the QuickTime event, or you can do the aim duck like I showed from before.
Just stop it, Deborah! This isn't you!
Or, if you really want to make this easy, the genuine smart thing to do is just to be like this.
Do you think I know that?
because her attacks also go mostly horizontal. Aside from that one. But you can usually tell which one that is from the wind-up. Oh! I was wondering what they were shooting at. If you will let me aim. It's not like I'm the only human on this thing, actually. Yep, and just lay here and then enjoy the cart ride. I think I did this with 2 other people one time. You can also shoot these down. Like, those things pose no real threat to you. I think I did this with 2 other people one time, and like we all just stayed on the ground and were rolling. Leon, I swear to God. Yeah, he had to help me. Yeah. Leon and Ada can help with that, but Helena gets the better position to deal more damage. And that's Ada's first cross-section, or interaction. I'm not sure what they were supposed to call it.
Not until I avenge your death. Please. Forgive me. I'm gonna make him pay for this. Look at me. It's gonna be okay. Look at me. Look at me. It's gonna be okay. Just keep your eyes on me. Help me. I'm gonna get you out of here, Deborah. Deborah, look at me. We're gonna get through this.
I think this plays regardless. Because I know that there's a couple of,
Not my sister.
after certain points, different cutscenes slightly change depending on which character you're playing as.
I didn't know what else to do. So I helped him. I helped Simmons breach the president's security.
One also
That
very
sounds like Simmons'
small but weird thing that I'm not sure
Do all this.
why they did it this way.
Old story.
I don't know why the subtitles are on the left side. Like, I've never seen another
We're up
game
against the people who really run this country.
or show that like ever put the subtitles to the lower left instead of the medium
You don't play
middle.
hand, right?
How are you feeling?
Why don't you come down here and I'll show you?
I think I'll pass, but there is something I'd like to show you.
More games?
Not quite. Just something I think you would benefit from knowing. Proceed to the research lab.
I needed that. I needed that so bad. Thank you. I don't remember if this one is clear. Also, because Ada's are very clearly designed around only one person, the additional character for those sections gets really weird. Like, you saw how very cleanly it was kind of like divvied up, where it was typically 2 people at any given time. 1 to 2. Yeah, this is after Liana... Helena went through here. If I remember correctly, the like pseudo-hunk character just shows up wherever Ada is, which really throws off those sections like even more. Because like where it was supposed to be more evenly,
Finding a key.
where it's supposed to be a lot more evenly divided. I don't want to get into that filthy water. It gets off balance because I think that guy is only meant to follow, please, is only meant to follow Ada. Oh my god. This is so bad. I don't remember them instantly knocking me down. Another gap in my memory, at least when it comes to Ada's section. I'm not dealing with you. Because I know the first chapter's on her own. I know the second chapter is her... like, her crossover with Leon. I know that she has a chapter... Ada's chapter in China is so interesting because she gets so much at the same time.
First order of business? Finding a key.
Because she gets a... You leave me alone. She gets a... I'm trying to remember. She gets one section with... She gets one section with Jake. Why did you heat seek on me? One section with Jake, one section, I think, with Chris. And I think she gets another section with Leon. Like, she gets... yeah, she gets, like, section after section after section with, multiple people the second that she touches down in, the second that she touches down in China. And I know where her last chapter is because that's Leon's penultimate jump scare. I think she can also kick them whenever they show up. But I know each character gets 5 chapters, so unless Ada only gets 4, which I don't recall, hers is a little weird. I'm smashing these boxes first. These are free resources. I am not gonna pass these up. Especially considering how barren my inventory was just like a little bit ago. Especially when ammo box takes like 50. I think... No, I do remember. Actually, I do remember the layout now. I didn't do anything.
Remain locked until safety has been verified.
Better start cleaning house then.
One big guy. Which is an enemy that shows up in the Europa chapter first. Because this game made... This game did a pretty decent job at making sure that Leon, like, only consistently fought zombies. He never really got to deal with the newer enemies like this. One just broke out over there, but he should be fine over here. That was too close? Whatever.
How many more of these things are there?
I was trying to let that one charge at me because I do think that there's a melee counter. Because I saw it show up a couple times on the ones that were on the upper floor. One. Also, will admit I'm probably a little bit weaker because by this point you've gone through the campaign 3. You've gone through all 3 campaigns and you would typically have your skill sets applied. So I think after this chapter I'll apply them and kind of explain them a bit. Can't open that door.
I can't get through here.
But this is where Leon and Elena came through. And now Ada finally gets the information that they had. I remember the trailers like really leaned heavily into like what happened to Ada? Why is she evil? What is this mysterious thing that happened to her?
Looks just like me. No wonder Leon is confused.
Enjoy the show.
Yes, it was quite revealing.
How do you mean?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it you on this tape, Ada? You're the one behind Neo Umbrella.
I...
Don't know what you're talking about. Simmons would never be foolish enough to show his cards. He and his family want one thing.
To stabilize and sustain the system they've created.
But you want to destroy it. And the world will blame you. If she wants a game, she'll get one. With the real Ada Wong.
That's also why our Ada wearing red is very important, and that one wearing blue being the fake.
Who is this?
An old friend, Simmons. Ada Wong.
Ada.
Let's ditch the pleasantries and get right to it. That little doppelganger you brewed up just told me she has her heart set on destroying the world.
What?
Looks like the race is on. Let's see who comes in first.
Wasn't even her problem or her deal. Not connected to this at all. But then the fake has to show up and turn it into an issue. So, skill points. You'll probably see it because like the different like blue chest pieces I've been picking up. You can use those post-game. You also get them for doing different challenges, for doing mercenaries. But each of these are basically little perks. Increased item drop rate, strengthens partner attacks, like your team melee. Giving a partner a few herb tablets, like if you're trying to help them. Keeps your partner from helping you when you're in trouble, just to make the aim harder on you. Specific ammo increases. I believe these are also increased pickups. Some of them are other additional things. Quick reload. Reloads weapons quickly, allows you to break free from enemies' grasp quickly. Very useful. It's Golden Age Simpsons. Nothing wrong with that. I think I had this one for like a co-op playthrough. But increased firearm power, increased melee attack power, greatly increases the chance of scoring crits, basically instant headshots. Hands down, these three probably the easiest, most useful to use. The very interesting thing about these skill sets is that you can set multiple. So like, let me come up with one right now. Just some normal shonen protag? Because there's a difference between like Golden Age and then there's... I can't even say Golden Age. Because that changes depending on era. But like... something a little bit more... Now I'm trying to think. Because like instinctively I just go to something like... kind of around here. It's not really... Tanjiro is a little bit... Tanjiro I can't think of without thinking of Brother Nier. Mostly because, well, younger Brother Nier, not older. Trying to think, because this is also one that I saw somebody else do. What was it? Because then you can also just do something a little bit deeper. Because that's closer to something like Matt Mercer. Which admittedly is kind of funny, considering the fact that he's in here playing Leon in a very... how do I put it? In a very shonen way. Not in exactly the same way that he does Jotaro, but it's close enough where you always expect him to do a cool one-liner. But that's when they took Leon in a very different direction. Matt Mercer counts as a shonen protag. He voiced Jotaro Kujo. And honestly, that would be closer to a real current Shonen Pro tag than it would be, what, like Kirito from like, that would have been 2010? Sorry, Missy, but the the time moves on. Naruto, Bleach, what was the other one? Why am I forgetting what the other one was? Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece were 20 years ago. We're in a new age of Shonen Pro tags. Because there's a difference between just Shonen Pro tag, especially after Attack on Titan, or something that's just kind of like more, not like too old, but like very cocky, kinda. But that's more the personality. You just want the sound though. And I admit I've kind of been used to doing it for a while, well, at least within a certain range. But that's just more speaking a little bit closer to my roots. Trying to remember what I really could do though. I think item drop increase. This is for backup, this will be default. Cause you're not expecting me to go Date Bio and all that other stuff. That's way too tacky.
HQ, this is Alpha Leader. I need a location on Ada Wong.
This is HQ. We've got the location for you. Ada Wong has left the city and is heading south for the harbor.
Military at their finest.
Repeat, Ada Wong is heading south for the harbor.
They're throwing a party for me, and I'm not even there yet.
Taku Itatori or Denji. I do not. It's gonna sound real bad. That's gonna sound real bad considering some of the people that I know. I do not know what this is gonna sound bad in like two separate ways. I do not know what English Denji sounds like. Despite knowing a couple Chainsaw Man VAs. I do not know what English Denji sounds like. I know English Deku is like Bryce Papenbrook, I believe. They really didn't need to do that for her. I know English Denji is Bryce Papenbrook, but I'm gonna be a little bit of an asshole. I remember when that first came out, I did try to listen to My Hero English. I tried to go like, I tried to get better at doing like back and forth between watching shows in English or in GAP. No, that was the inverse. Triangle. Listen, I'm used to certain sounds. Also, I actually had that backwards. It was the inverse of what happened. I listened to... Oh, I wasn't talking about Denji. I was talking about Deku. That was the... Why? I don't think I've ever seen the enemies do that. The My Hero story is... I actually have that on the inverse. I tried listening to the JP Deku. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Way too high pitch, way too annoying. I could not. Like, I could not watch. I could not watch MHA and GP. Itadori, I do remember. Listen, I don't watch anime too much nowadays. I did like God. I did like Jujutsu, but I only watched it up until, I am so spiteful. I watched Demon Slayer, up into Zero. I watched Zero, and then I heard word about, the Shibuya incident, and I'm like, I want to read it because I want to know what happens before it gets animated. I read that, and I waited. I waited for a friend who was an anime only to get there, and it was so funny. It was so funny. That's probably one of the most petty things I think I've ever done.
Too bad I can't enjoy a night on the town.
But then, like, completely after that is when I completely dropped. I didn't care. I didn't read or watch, like, anything past that. Not true. I did read the, I read and watched the story thing after that. Or it was before that. It was with Gojo and, like, back when him and, I can't remember his name. Back when him and his partner were on that escort mission. But also, to like actually get back to the thing that you requested, I can't really do, oh my god. I can't really do, bishy bishy type of, like the Naruto like type of it's a very specific voice range for I hate these things. It's a very specific type of like higher voice range that like a lot of people typically go for like shonen pro tags. But at least for the ones that like I actually at least for the ones that like I typically put a lot more time into. It was definitely a lot more of the kind of cooler headed ones. A lot closer to Jotaro and Matt Mercer, honestly. Not even like necessarily super serious, but like the ones who try to be typically kind of cool. Something closer to like asshole. A lot typically closer to what I can only imagine like Solo Leveling or I don't even have like a good context. Because I I very happily fell off of shonen for a while. Not even that it's like bad, it's just not for me. It's not even me like trying to impersonate Matt Mercer. Okay, maybe that one was a little bit. Did I practice? Matt Mercer? No. This is very much just kind of like off the cuff. Because I just think, oh, cooler shonen type pro tag. Like, alright. Like the type of pro tag that I would want to voice would be somebody a lot more low and kind of cool. I can't really do that high pitched, typical type of screaming. I would happily do a bunch of, damn it. A bunch of characters that get cool lines, or like snippy, type of catchphrases. Like, that's a nice watch. Too bad you're not going to be able to read it after I break your face. Even though that line is incredibly stupid. But it's about the cadence and how you say it. I'm pretty certain that that's probably by 10 minutes by now. Like, I really don't have a good game to spot on. Because I think Shonen Protag, and I think something closer to like, admittedly, my weakness would be suffering, even though you're the one who asked for it. Though, I don't really expect all too much else from that. Before this chainsaw guy rudely interrupted me, I was going to say, the only one that I actually did kind of practice a lot closer for would be, was kind of Johnny Young Bosch.
Chainsaw, huh? How elegant.
Because I might have had a Nero phase. At least slightly. I can't really do the younger ones. I can't really do the super young ones, but more so the kind of... I have no other way of describing it other than like punky. The type who really try to keep it close and cool under the surface, but then you say the wrong thing, then it's enough to get them really mad. But I think that's just more me being a Johnny and Bosch fanboy. Also, this is all set up in justification for something that Jake has to go through. Yeah, this is the section that... I'm trying to remember. This is where Chris and Jake end up going through. No, just Jake. Because I know where this is.
China too now. Look at this mess. The whole world's gone
I'd look away for 5 seconds. Can't turn your back for 5 seconds before somebody tries to take it out of you. Ada's campaign is honestly the most interesting because of stuff like this. Like, she goes between the most enemy variants all in like the same campaign, within the same level, within like the same few checkpoints. Because I just dealt with a bunch of Javo, I just dealt with a bunch of BOWs, and now I'm dealing with zombies. I remember this part. Somehow he got it, like, snagged on his chainsaw?
nice.
Whatever.
You shouldn't take things that don't belong to you.
Because I also remember that this dude's really annoying. That's... You know what? I don't know what I expected. I don't know what I expected. I'm going to die here. Or not. See? It's all good. You're just gonna act like it. He's right behind me. That was intimidating, but okay. You're so annoying. Come on. Sir, that was an explosion. You were supposed to get staggered. Also, the slide gives you a low profile, which makes it very easy to get around certain attacks that otherwise, by all accounts, should have killed you. Probably my favorite melee in the entire game. This should lead to the docks? Really can't take a hint.
I didn't come halfway around the planet to play games.
That's a very poignant stop. Oh, this one... Oh my god. That emblem's one of the worst. Also, good luck doing this type of fight. Good luck doing this type of fight with two people on top of this train. It's not the worst emblem I've dealt with.
Alright, fine. I guess I could spare a few more minutes for you.
Remember RE5 definitely has like a couple that are really nasty. Bad, 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 bad. I shouldn't have done that. That was way too many. I love how nonchalant she is. Six is Ada, easily at her coolest to me. Stay over there.
Alpha to HQ. We got a visual on Ada Wong. We're in pursuit. This is HQ. Ada Wong has been spotted moving down the canal. Charlie and Delta team form a perimeter around Kucheng. Repeat, Ada Wong has been spotted on the canal.
Well, guess I'm heading for the canal. I'm tired of playing cat and mouse.
Easy. And then it sends him into a place where another character deals with them.
Almost there.
Gonna sleep to your straight. That's fine
Can't
by
wait to
me.
meet this mysterious doppelganger of mine.
Even if I know you're just gonna request that I basically do Matt Mercer, lulling you to sleep. Genuinely a gorgeous shot.
Boy,
Until that
somebody
happens.
really wants this world to burn.
Also, very diegetic because in that scene when you're on the train, that's Leon's plane crashing. And when Leon sees Ada, she's just kind of standing on the train. But at least for you, you get to be the cool one who is just standing on the train watching the plane crash. Like, there's so many small but genuinely really cool moments that are like, oh, what if we have this scene but from this character's perspective, and then this scene from the other character's perspective, and one would be in the cutscene but the other one would actually just seeing it in game. Like, there's genuinely really good and really cool ideas in this. They just kind of botched the landing. If you know about Mercer in my sleep, you'll have a nightmare about the nudist beach guy. Joke's on you, I like Kill la Kill. So that honestly sounds more like a good dream to me. Though, he probably wouldn't exactly be my first pick. But if that floats your boat, you do have very unique proclivities, I'll say. But again, that's not for me to judge. I really hope that I'll at least get one of these crossovers through this stream. That is my only hope, but I know a lot of people just play this offline. No partner. Because this should be... Yeah, this is Jake's section. Which is really funny.
Sherry Birkin.
Because this entire section, Jake doesn't know that Ada's there.
Looks like they're not alone.
Like, they were just behind me.
Guess the rookies could use some help. I suppose I should return the kindness their parents showed to me. This is as good a time as any.
So petty. But yeah, this is a nice kind of chill section for Ada, because she doesn't really have to deal too much. Because otherwise, this is Sherry getting swarmed. Though I do believe the two of them have dialogue mentioning a sniper and wondering why they're helping them.
Why is it that nothing stays dead anymore?
Kind of been dealing with that problem at least since Raccoon City. This game, more than any, really makes me wish that really makes me wish that the RE cast can like actually take like penicillin. Something is by me. Because I don't remember anybody's aim even nearly being as shaky as this in like 5. Whoops. You're in a nuisance. There we go. Now I have a much cleaner shot. I say as I like whiff again, please. Jake. Okay, there we go. I was gonna be so mad if he died. I've only done this once, so I'm still not sure if they actually can die here. But I really don't want to find out the hard way. The section's also relatively quick. I wonder why they give me so much ammo right here. And health that I can't use. Because I'm topped off, yay. Why is she using the stun baton? I am praying. I have too much health. Which is a very odd thing to say. But I also have a bunch of grenades. They were confused about the sniper fire alone. They would have really been shocked as they saw a friendly grenade being tossed their way.
I hope that's the last I have to see of him.
Rest of that is not my problem.
Wesker Jr. It's not easy working with the good guys, is it?
Also, the zipline animation changes if you run into it. Just need all these. You. Really chased me all the way
Someone's
here.
coming back for more.
It was, I don't want to say like specifically around this era. Okay, there has to be something I can drop. I'd rather drop the shotgun ammo than like anything else. But it was definitely a focus around a certain point where like Capcom really tried to do these integrated co-op. Seamless integrated co-op, I'll say. Because they also tried to do a very similar system with DMC5, but that was much later after this. And debatably, it was in even more limited fashion.
These things are so hard to kill.
This dude. Damn. At the very least, that's something I can do.
I think we've all had enough of you.
First one's free.
Hope that's all she wrote. Those two would be in pretty hot water if I wasn't around.
Oh, right, I had to wait until they...
Road rises the Titanic.
Right, because of this.
Time to save the day again. Poor little Sherry. All the monsters love to chase you.
That's bad. ski.
This is Piers Nivens. Ada Wong is moving south towards the military port. Advising all personnel to be on the alert.
Right, that's Chris's stupid car segment.
Raccoon City reunion. Catch you two later.
And now I'm like nearly full on my inventory as I'm painfully looking for another green herb.
Now that's the way to travel.
Jet ski. I wonder why. I wonder why they gave Ada a jet ski again. Only downside is that I doubt the keys are as cute. Oh, that was chapter 3. And I also didn't die. Still good. I also do now remember that Ada's was probably the shortest. Yeah, I remember this boat. This is where chapter 4 was.
I really wish you would stop running. We have so much to talk about.
Just have to head that way. This section I
Okay,
definitely
not going that way.
do remember negative. But that's more so towards the end. And admittedly, I should be a lot better now. Oh, there's also a bunch of environmental kills if you stun an enemy in the right place at the right time.
Really? 3 separate passcodes? Can't get in without 3 passcodes.
Which means I now have to go around for them. Sir. Really weren't hiding though.
Thanks for the passcode. 2 more and I'm in.
That's why. I hate this thing so much. Really is a who's who of every single enemy in this game, including the really annoying ones. I do not have time for stealth. Thankfully, I've at least been saving up on these crossbow bolts. Yeah, because this is... You do not need to open the door like that. Because this is Ada's version of Chris's section in the market. With an invincible pursuer type enemy. Not fully invincible, but very, very, very durable at the very least. To the point where it's just better not to deal with them. While also being in a maze. There's a gun there, though. Sir, sit still. That's also why these vents are here. Is that a blackberry? You're the worst. I forget which weapon I get here. It's locked, so I need to find another way in. Of all the campaigns,
Let's see how you handle fire.
it's honestly pretty funny that Ada's is the one that's the most, classically RE. Yeah, no, that thing's still twitching. Everybody gangster until the pants start walking. You do not need to kick every single door open. You... That dude. He grew those legs and stomped a hole through my chest in an instant. I'm dead. Please. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Please stay dead this time. I still need to find where that shotgun is too. Or wherever that additional weapon is. Sir. Sir. Gross.
Last one. Almost too easy.
Okay, I was right about to ask where that one was. I'm glad I don't have to. Where is that other weapon, though? I hear their movements like it's squelching. No, I'm not leaving until I get that other weapon. I hate you. That sound is just so gross. Because I know I'll also need it, considering one of the things coming up. Which is like the one place where I kind of need it. That way. Which means through here. hate you. And I hate these stupid little hands, too. Oh, would you look at that? Completely optional. And it's a bear commander. I'm not sure if I got this the first time I played through Ada's campaign. She's one of the few characters that gets like an actual optional weapon to pick up. And if you just miss it, then you just miss it. It might have been better if I missed it. Why do they keep spawning? I thought it was gonna grab me. I hate you guys. Which is the fastest way out of here? The sooner I never have to hear those guys again, the better. Those guys are like the reason that I ended up learning how to quickly do that section for Chris. Because I just do, I hate those guys. Whatever, I'm out of here.
Can't a girl get 2 seconds to herself around here?
Can you feel it spreading through your body yet? I'm just giving you exactly what you gave me.
This is...
Oh, there's my evil twin.
At first, you'll be afraid. But don't worry. You're just becoming the monster you always were. You and everyone else on the planet.
This is
Family may have
the cutscene where Leon and Jake... No. Yeah. No, not Leon and Jake. This is after...
What the hell did Simmons do to you?
This is after Simmons got shot with the needle. With the needle from
Wonder when I'll get to meet this
during
doppelganger
Leon's
of mine.
campaign.
Ada, stop!
Oh, right.
You're barking up the wrong tree. No time to explain, though.
I feel like this was supposed to be the segment that
I'd rather avoid these guys. Wonder if there's another way.
I think this was the segment where searchlights. Why do you guys have the? Why do you guys have a patrol boat? If I were to make a guess, I think this would have been the segment where Ada crosses over with Chris. But for one reason or another, I don't believe Ada ever crosses over with Chris. Either they couldn't get... The idea is like clearly there. But it just doesn't work out.
Thanks for keeping him busy, fellas. I'll see you around.
This is like the one section where these two parties or two campaigns are in the same spot at the same time, but they cannot interact or had any crossover section, despite it being very clear that they probably wanted that to be a thing. Aw, look at him. I don't know why he was looking so intently at those boxes, but these ones at the very least are mine. I hear you. If I remember... Nope. For some reason, I thought I could stealth attack him. I hate... Of like every... Ugh. Of every enemy from Resident Evil, that's like the only one that genuinely, like,
More search
gets
rats,
under my
huh?
skin. Did they just... Ah. Very funny that that rocket launcher just happened to directly kill their guys that they sent right after me. Bunch of grenades that I'm still not gonna use. I do not care enough for this. You're not gonna make me do extra work.
Like cockroaches.
I hate these guys. I hate these guys. I hate these guys. So damn gross. That was Chris. I was like, what is that big gun? That's probably Chris's Magnum, actually. Because I don't remember any enemy having a gun nearly that big. Or making it sound like that.
No, that's not good enough. That's not Ada Wong. Why won't it work? Combine the DNA sequence with the cocoon's biostructure. Find another subject. Use Carla for the next pass. She's a close match. Be careful what you say around her. I don't want her catching on. Yes. Yes.
And here's the answer.
She may have left me, but now I have her back. Happy birthday, Ada Wong.
Now I get it.
Right. Boy Scouts took off. And then they just leave Ada there. Not my problem anymore. I don't know why they even had that guy in this hallway. please. I will say, like, flying movement gets a little wonky in this game.
We've confirmed that Wong was telling the truth. There's a fully armed aircraft carrier in open water not far from your location. Satellite imaging indicates they're getting ready to fire missiles on the mainland. It's imperative that you stop them from launching even a single one.
Copy that, HQ.
I don't condone your actions, Carla, but at least now I understand them.
I wonder why they would give me so much ammo. I wonder why they would give me so much ammo. I really wonder why they would give me so much ammo right here.
Your hatred for Simmons drove you to tear down the world they created. But it was your conscience, Carla, that saw you fail. After all, isn't that why you brought me into this? It's a shame. If you had only sought vengeance against Simmons alone, I would have helped you.
Gross.
Get over yourself. Help me?
I'm the real Ada. I don't need help from anyone. My plans aren't failing. They're thriving.
And soon, this frail shell of a society will collapse.
Never let an RE villain inject themselves on a ship, or something bad will always happen.
Will be left of this world. Nothing. Hell will rise and chaos will reign.
And they always do it in like a similar way too.
And I, Ada Wong, will be queen of the new world.
And of course, because this is like right after Chris leaves, he has no idea that any of this happened.
Rest in peace, Carla. She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the C-virus.
I'm honestly surprised that I remember, or at least I'm finding like enough of these serpent emblems for it's like to be consistent. Yeah, sorry guys, you aren't spared either. This place especially, this was the chapter that really made me curious how like you would even try to make this work with co-op, or like forcing co-op into this, because also Ada's the only one who can interact with the doors, because they're like little mini cutscenes. Not the push ones, but at least the ones where it had the handles like this. Like Ada would have to use these. Gross. Okay. Let's not deal with this. This one especially, also remember, Ada also has to only interact with this. Like, it's very weird to try and shoehorn co-op into this. Especially with how very clearly they designed it around only one person being able to go through it. Not gonna lie, the face is really scary. I just need to dodge it. Or not. I forget the quote-unquote proper way of dealing with those. I think it was the eyes. Genuinely horrifying stuff. That at least works for now. Also, the prompt for this door is the ones that you typically only get for one person pushing open a door, despite the animation being the one that is used for co-op. That might be due to how they set up stuff for sectioning off. Gross. Gross. Please, just get me out of here. See a lot of cryo tanks there. Disgusting. I remember this boss specifically. That is the wrong one. I thought it was the explosive. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing the beeping. So disgusting. It's like the giant hat that's in that hallway for Silent Hill 4. But turned into an actual boss.
You tried so hard to destroy the world. Now you've destroyed your body. this is what you wanted.
If I remember how that properly works, you shoot the eyes until they're out because those were the main things to attack you. Then you attack the face and then punch a hole through her face. And that took me a couple times to figure out my first try, on my first time through. That's why I definitely remember that boss fight. That's them leaving for the
Then clean up Carla's mess.
for the submerged base.
While I take care of Simmons.
And then this is how Ada gets her helicopter for both the prologue and for Leon's finale. I forgot how much shorter Ada's campaign was. Because all the other campaigns are at least like an hour. Each chapter is like an hour, I want to say like 30 on average. Some of them are a little bit shorter, some of them are a little bit longer. They're having their own zombie apocalypse.
She wasn't joking about raising hell.
And there goes Leon.
Leon, it's...
Ada, I thought she was dead.
Let's move while we can.
Shit! There's too many of them!
I'm beginning to feel like your personal bodyguard, Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, I never realized how on the rails this was.
Leon, that way!
This technically counts as a turret segment. Even if I do get to like move around slightly.
Simmons wasn't this sloppy.
It doesn't change that I have infinite ammo.
We'll get through this. We've got to.
You're on your own now, you two.
It's also genuinely really funny because now there are 3 versions of how the prologue actually goes.
It's getting a little crowded up here. Somebody ought to tell them their boss is retired.
There is Leon's version, there is the prologue version, and then there is Ada's version. I don't know how this dude spawned in front of me, but okay. I don't know if there's a reward or anything for shooting these signs. I kind of just want to do it. Because I've only done this section once, so like I have no idea. Oh, I see the ground in front of me literally spawning. This also explains the explosions and the helicopter gunfire that Leon is hearing, all while escorting Elena. Helena.
Ooh, that's a nice model.
Including that attack helicopter. This one's a little bit more of an open section though. So this is kind of cool though. It's like the one big, very flashy alternative section that Ada gets for her campaign. Even though it's mostly just a turret section. But it's all about presentation.
All style, no substance. Typical. I wasted enough time here. Better get to the tower.
Which also means that she gets a very... And this is another where there's two... Another thing that makes these like so hard to line up for, like you have no real control of when they come. Like you would have to purposefully stall that helicopter fight for as long as possible to get this. And like coordinate with somebody else to make it work. Like the window for these is way too small. Like I get it. Because when it did work, it was so cool. Also, again, no idea how you would make that section work for co-op. But like the ideas for there's so many like cool ideas in this, but like they're just slightly off, or they don't work in just the right way. But like if they had another crack at a bunch of these ideas, I feel like it really could have made a really special game. But instead, now we have more of a black sheep of the Ari family than Code Veronica.
Back for more.
I'll say Code Veronica and Zero.
I know what you did. Ada! You disobeyed me. You took Wesker's son away! Use that bastard's blood to make the virus stronger!
That's what you get for trusting Ada Wong.
Love her. Even though I'm kind of stuck in the chair for this fight. But like, this is such a cool concept. Like, asymmetrical co-op.
Oh boy.
That spun me around. Like, two people on the ground fighting this boss normally, with one person in the helicopter. Because like, this fight, because there's also still... There's still weak points that like, only really Ada can go for. Or like, Ada can really help, can really help open up.
That's it? Show's over?
And like, that's when somebody can run over and knock him over. Because it'll also help prevent the fight from feeling like a slog whenever you're playing it as Leon. Because you'll have a giant attack helicopter helping you. And it also means that I now have to focus around certain attacks that'll be coming out.
Hell happened. Get in.
Glad to see you're safe.
Nonchalant and normal dude.
Speed up!
Going as fast as I can!
Oh, those fire, like, dead center.
Here it comes. Get ready.
It just teleported me. Oh, yeah, because that's cutscene. Because that's a cutscene for Leon. That poor dude.
I think we picked them off.
He's angry now.
Why is Elena taking cover back there?
This is what you get for playing with the sea virus.
Oh, Leon almost ran up there. I just have to sit here while Leon gets a cool boss fight. It's okay. Oh, that really did a lot of damage to him. All I can do is just hold and shoot. Like, those melee attacks do a lot, but only if somebody's actually there to activate it. But also, infinite ammo, no overheat. I literally just hold the button. I played a lot more engaging point-and-click segments. I can also break the boxes too. That would be really nice to be able to help somebody with that. They're both also only using pistols, I think? No. They're both using the ARs. It had me concerned for a second. Thinking they were just gonna waste time even more. Please. Please focus, Ada. There we go. Kinda long, semi-boring. All you could really do is just hold the fire button for this.
Can't stay out of trouble, can you, Leon? And always one step behind.
And she has one more segment.
You and Carla have left a lot of misery in your wake, Simmons. I'm gonna make sure it all ends here. Maybe I can at least buy these people some time. We've all seen enough senseless death for one day.
Ada being a good Samaritan. Maybe sometimes hell does freeze over. I was wondering where the last one was. I was like, wait, but all three of them are safe there. Why do you need that when you're a construction worker? Oh, and that's how that thing gets down there for Leon's boss fight.
I hope they've gotten the anymore. I really would.
There's the BSAA guy. He should be able to help.
Excuse me, I'm trying to land here.
Just quickly clear them off. Because I need to leave this helicopter here for Leon. Here's your one power trap. That should be them all, isn't it? Yeah. It was just taking a sec, I guess.
Time to clean up the last of Simmons' mess.
It's like that thing just comes ready. Ada didn't give it the lipstick, it just came with that. But I really like this campaign. Because it's one thing for like... There's one thing that like a lot of I want to say like pre-sequels. Pre-sequels and prequels like always do, where it's just like, oh, this is how this got there. And like, oh, I really cared about the lore of background character number 30 and like why their friends call him Spunky. But like a full campaign of like, okay, she was here, this is where she picked this up. She dropped this stuff off while doing important things and rounding back to the main characters in time for the other things. Like, it stops it from just being like all references and makes it actually feel like, oh no, she was really doing stuff. She was doing stuff and she left that there. She actually did that and put that there.
Okay.
Or she's the reason why that thing is over there.
Eliminate all traces
Because she was trying to get away from that thing. Like, the only person that she doesn't interact with or mess with in some indirect way is Chris. Like, her biggest sin, at least when it comes to Chris, is just existing. And that's not even her fault, that's Carla's. Please, please, I at least want one person for this. This section is so cool when you actually get to play this with somebody else. I know the chances are so low, but I really hope, please. It would make me so happy to just do this one more time with somebody else. I didn't do every single segment. I didn't do every single one of these. But like the ones that I was able to do with other people were easily my favorite parts of the entire game. I'm not gonna get it. Damn. Especially this fight too. Like this fight turns into something just like completely different when you have other people here. Ada saw the whole thing.
Leon, ever the survivor. Oh well. No rest for the weary. Perfect.
Because the scripting for this also has to be pretty smart too. Just to make sure that things line up well.
Back for more? You really are a glutton for punishment.
I have had barely any healing for like this entire run. I'm almost out of ammo for this. I forgot that there were zombies here. Freak. I still have 2 of these, so I'm fine for now. I really prefer if I had herbs, though. I think Leon will... Yeah, Leon and Elena are climbing up now. Which means neither of them can help me, and right now all they're doing is watching me.
In fact, the only thing I have in common with her is hatred for you. Appreciate the gesture. I can leave this one alone.
The zombie being there. I'll hold my tongue. Mostly because I really do need to focus at least to get through this fight. They're climbing up again. One, two. Come on. I just barely don't have space. I really can't deal with this right now. Please be enough. 10 extra. Whatever, I'll get rid of it. That herb is the most important thing in my life right now.
Ada, if you can hear me, do it now!
He's off to kill the competition.
Leon, don't die. Please don't die. Even if it might be my fault. Stupid bolt action. Please.
Ada! Elena, cover me.
Leon!
Ada, can you hear me? Don't let it end like this.
This scene... This scene is so cool when it's somebody else, like, actually fighting to protect you.
Not if I can help it. Come on, wake up. If you're really Ada, I know you can pull through this. We both can.
Such a dork.
I was just resting my eyes.
shouldn't sleep on the job.
Now Helena gets to be in the chair.
In case you haven't noticed, Simmons doesn't
Story I should know here.
nothing worthwhile.
Hate the sniper, but it might be my best option, at least right now. Please. I have so many bolts. I've barely been using it for like the entire game. What are you laughing for? This sucks, this sucks. I'm like almost running out of ammo. How? There's Leon.
Leon!
Do you want to live? Then beg for your life. I'll pass.
Can't always get what you want, Simmons. Let's call this closure. You really should have moved on, Simmons.
The framing of that cutscene is a little bit off. I don't know why. Like, there should have been a little bit more fire there, but whatever.
So cute. You're really confused by all this, aren't you, Leon? It's kind of fun to watch.
Partly that scene is why I was very staunch about being like, oh, Ada's campaign being unlocked at the start really ruins it. Because there's like genuine, real catharsis for being able to get to that point
So, this is where Carla did her experiments, huh?
and having like a proper full understanding of how everything actually is happening and everything connects. But then Leon is very clearly supposed to be like the first campaign that you do. So then you get to that point where it's like, yeah,
Another failure. Bring me another subject.
the Leon player would be confused, whereas the Ada player would
Why do
know
you
a lot
think we
more.
had this lab built here in the first place?
It's diegetic.
Just go outside. There's thousands of subjects to choose from. Tell Simmons that we're busy. I'm on the verge of solving this.
We're beyond sympathy at this point. We're beyond humanity. the job, huh? Sure. My schedule just cleared.
And that is all of Ada's campaign. Ada's campaign is easily the shortest of the entire game, but it also ties it ties everything together while admittedly ending on a really weird note, because to get to Ada's campaign, you would have to originally you had to beat Leon's, you had to beat Chris's, and you had to beat Jake's. I think it's really funny, but also very appropriate, that Ada runs into Leon and has like the crossover with him, what, 3 times? Then gets 1 crossover with Jake, but no crossover with Chris, but is at the same place as Chris and a player would be if they were playing side by side, or like parallel in terms of the story. Chris is the only one who doesn't get the direct crossover with Ada, as well as his story doesn't get the full resolution with Ada because he's completely out of the loop on like what's actually going on with her. Ada's the only one who ever gets that. Leon gets to get rid of Simmons. Jake and Sherry kind of just get to have a little adventure. Chris gets to have a character arc in some capacity. I'm not gonna pretend like Ada's campaign on its own like completely makes the game like 30 times better. It's not even that long. Like I did that all in one sitting. That was like, yeah, that was less than 4 hours. But like, it's so interesting in terms of contrast of like what you do here and how it combines all of the other elements from Liam O'Brien was the English director advisor. Interesting. But like how everything else ties together and how many different like enemy types you end up facing in this game. In this campaign specifically. Troy Baker. Like there's so many really genuinely super interesting and unique I'm looking at these names. A very interesting and unique like ideas in this. Like literally if it just was not titled Resident Evil 6, the ideas in this could have become like something really cool. Hi, Matt Mercer, Troy Baker, Courtney Taylor. Sam Riegel, Patrick Sates. Kyle Herbert. Dave Mitchell. Travis Willingham. Yeah, I heard that. Cindy Robinson. I don't know. I think yeah, like as a Resident Evil game, I completely get the disappointment. Really probably shouldn't have been titled Resident Evil. Like a bunch of these ideas probably should not have been used for a Resident Evil game. But the ideas themselves, looking purely at the ideas, at the mechanics, at the combat system, It's incredibly bold, very interesting, and stylistically very unique. I really, really, really like a lot of the elements in this game. And I really wish that they had a chance to like just slightly further refine it. Like slightly tweak it in some ways. Slightly like improve how like the crossovers between multiple campaigns work. Like there's no reason that a combat system like this shouldn't have like been carried forward. Like use it for something. Use it for something. But like they won't touch it with a 1,000-foot pole now because it's one, I can guarantee it was super expensive. I think this game having the budget that it did, but then also getting the response that it did, very much led into why we haven't seen anything similar to it in a long time. But like there's gold in this hill. There's gold in this hill, no matter how much so many other people will always say like, oh, this is just a trash game. It's not worth like paying attention to. Like it very much is the black, it really is like a massive black sheep in the, in like Resident Evil. Not nearly to the same way as like Zero and Code Veronica were. Because at least those are still classic Resident Evil games, and like people will, and people do, really like them. I still really like Code Veronica. I still refer to Code Veronica as the real 3. I really hope that that does get a remake, because I think Code Veronica has cool ideas that, again, also could really... I saw Seth Killian and, like, flashbacks came back. But, like, even Zero and Code Veronica don't get the hate that this game does. All that to say, I also am not saying, like, oh, I wish we didn't get Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 8, because I love those games. I've replayed those games more times than I've replayed 8. But those are, like, very different... Those are very different games. Those are very different games, and I'm very thankful that they exist. And I really appreciate them for how unique they are. Regardless of potential PT influence. But I don't know. I think there's something special in, like, Resident Evil 6 that a lot of people just really don't give the time of day. For very special thanks to Val for use of Left 4 Dead 2 content. I think there's just like a lot of things that aren't really used here. Or like really appreciated for genuinely how kind of unique they are. But you know what? Stupid NVIDIA. That's so funny to see. Because I know for a fact I did not see that when I played this on 360. But that was short, and that was pretty sweet. Still a bad logo. Ada can now be used in extra content. Which means... she can now be used in mercenaries. And if I can S rank with her, I believe that unlocks her red dress. But yeah, no, I think Resident Evil 6 has like genuinely like really good, really cool and interesting ideas. I don't think it gets appreciated for the cool ideas that it genuinely does have. Implementation, refinement, probably could have used like another pass, definitely, but you can tell that there's a lot of thought put into this. And like they definitely do try to appeal to many. I think the biggest issue with this game which is kind of indicative of like survival horror of the time, was that they were really split. Like Leon's campaign was supposed to be quote unquote classic RE, we're back to zombies and whatever. And it definitely stands out for being like predominantly zombie focused. Chris was a lot more focused on the action. That's why the Javos are like a further reiterated version of Ouroboros. Jake was something for like more action heavy, but then they also tried to tie that with the appeal of pursuer enemies, even though Usnak is not nearly as connected to pursuer enemies as like Nemesis or Tyrant. And then Ada is honestly the closest to like a traditional type of RE experience where it's solo focused, heavily solo focused, despite them shoehorning in a co-op partner. Heavily story focused, single player focused. It has the most puzzles of the other campaigns. I played on normal and died like a decent amount of times. Just purely due to the number of enemies, and like I have to fend for myself. Like that applies a pressure to you that you don't have for, or usually don't have for Leon, Chris, and Jake, because you have a partner next to you. The Mercenaries being one of my favorite versions, probably the version of Mercenaries that I go back to the most, just because of how fun the combat system is, followed behind by like RE4. I want to say RE4. No, RE5. No, RE5 has the best Mercenaries. RE5 Mercenaries I will play any day of the week. RE6 Mercenaries is when I want something different, but RE5, like they nailed it. Agent Hunt was a really unique idea of like being able to spawn in and mess with other people as like monsters. They really tried to do a lot of different things here for multiplayer, like split between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different game modes on top of the co-op stuff. Like this was a really significant investment, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out because it just kind of really split a bunch of people that I was trying to appeal to. There's a very wide breadth of content. And and like a bunch of different things to like do, a bunch of different ways to play with a bunch of different people. Even just the, let me like load up the chapter select again. Because I beat Leon's, like it keeps track of your times on difficulty settings. They added an additional difficulty mode. Local multiplayer. You can pick between each of the characters, even in solo, each with their own unique weapons. Or at least like one signature like unique weapon. Different ways to customize it, like do you play online or offline? If you do play online, do you want somebody to join you as your partner? If yes, then do it. If no, then no. Or set up as private. You can pick like how far you want to go for your connection. Set objective settings like, what is this, Monster Hunter? Attack reactions like this is friendly fire, infinite ammo. You can turn on Agent Hunt if you want it or not. Like, it's a really robust game. This is like a really significant jump and step into like very multiplayer focused Resident Evil. And what do we have now? Like Resistance? Which is not to say like Resistance is bad, but it's like another isometric horror game with 4 to 5 survivors versus one mastermind who controls an iconic horror villain and or monster, and then you kill all the survivors. Like, there's so much here. There's so much here, and I don't think that this game genuinely gets the appreciation it deserves. It does get a lot of flack, and I'm not saying that it doesn't deserve it in some capacity, because I can definitely understand it. And some of those sympathies I even share, but even for like the bad things that it has, I feel like there's a lot of good here. There's a lot of good here that a lot of people just kind of really shrug off. But that will actually kind of be it for right now. Partly because I expected the Ada campaign to go a little bit longer. Two, because this was kind of a very last minute switch. But also because, like, as the month kind of goes on, I want to see if I can potentially do the other campaigns with other people. Like, do them in co-op, because this game is so much better. This game is so much better with co-op. This game is so much better with co-op. Like, just like RE5, it is so much better in co-op. Like, I don't know. Like, this would be fun to play with other VTubers. But the Resident Evil will not stop here, because the original plan was to play Revelations, because I have played that one the least of all the Resident Evils that I do have and I have played. So I want to beat Revelations again on stream, because I think the last time I beat that game at all was the first time I played it, which was like back in 2017, I think. I'll have to check the achievement again. But then I'm also going through a bunch of other horror games. Like, let me double check what I have. Because I made a huge list. Because I really, despite my, I'll say, aversion to horror titles in some capacity. Hang on, let me switch this over. Despite my aversion to certain horror titles, like in their entirety, not in their entirety, I need survival horror. I need survival horror. I need a game that will give me a gun so I can protect myself, or at least pretend that I can protect myself. Like, this is the vague list that I kind of want to get through. I want to get through Psychopomp. I want to, not Gold, the original, because I've been meaning to play that for a while. I want to get through Little Nightmares again, because I've only played that once. I'm gonna try and do another Dead Space 2 playthrough. I want to do Resident Evil 2. Again, I'm gonna do Revelations. I want to play Death End Request 2 because enough time has passed that I think I forgot a lot of it, which is the best way to play it. Dishwasher Vampire Smile. When I finish Resident Evil 4, the original, I hate having to like constantly parentheses 2005. I'll do Separate Ways because I think I've only beaten that twice recently in like the past 5-6 years, I think. Then Alien Isolation, and then I'm also gonna try and squeeze in another little goody two-shoes on top of me still playing the Great Villainous Strategy of Lily, which I need to beat. On top of doing my Zenless stuff. And I think that should be it. I don't think... That's it that I have on my list right now. There's definitely going to be more, but that's going to probably take time. But that also means that I technically have time to squeeze in maybe other Resident Evil 6 campaigns, don't know. But that's kind of the plan. That is the main plan. So yeah, I really, really, really like October, if you can't tell. But yeah, that's kind of a good place to stop for now. Last week drained me. Last week completely drained me, and that was not my intention. That was purely by accident of just like, oh, I can play through this and it wouldn't be that bad. And then 9 hours later, it's like, okay. Then I go to sleep. Then I wake up and then I do another 9 hours the next day. No, that took a lot out of me. But it was fun. It was worth it. I'm probably also... Yeah, I'm probably gonna be a little bit lighter this week, just so I don't overburden myself like last week, but I can't guarantee. I want to do more cool. I want to try and do more somewhat longer streams sometimes, not all the time. But yeah, let me find someone to raid. Da-na-na-na. I see. Perfect. Somebody going through one of the sections that I had just gone through with Ada. I want to make sure that I can do this right. Whoops. I'm gonna try not to be like a primarily. It was so hard. It was so hard to like not tunnel vision Resident Evil this month. Despite how badly I wanted to. Despite how badly I wanted to. And it's not even necessarily my fault. It's just because... It is just because of, like, sorry, a Resident Evil fan is a really big fan of Resident Evil. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that they would really like playing Resident Evil? Perfect. But yeah, so I will jump from one Resident Evil 6 stream to another. So I have to make sure that this will work right. because I don't want it to jump like immediately. There we go. So thank you for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Take care of each other, be kind to each other. Have a wonderful rest of your morning and your night when you're watching this. And yeah, I very much look forward to this month, even though I'm probably going to regret it in some capacity. But no, this will be a fun month. I guarantee it. So yeah. じゃあねー。